The member for Jagga Jagga is now warned. I ask the member for McMahon to cease interjecting a number of times. The member for Fairfax has the call.
A question to the Prime Minister. As the Canadian Prime Minister has appointed a gender-balanced cabinet because it's 2016, women received the vote in this country in 1902, yet there are still few women in cabinet. Talents and abilities are distributed equally. Domestic violence destroys our families for lack of role models.
Members on my
I don't
right.
accept that merit is not distributed equally. Will the government support gender equality in cabinet, with each gender entitled to a minimum of 40% representation?
The member for Herbert will cease interjecting. The Prime Minister has the member for Herbert is warned. The Prime Minister has the call.
Well, I thank the honourable member for his question and for his interest in his interest in gender equality. Can I just say to the honourable member that, as we know, all of us, I believe, would like to see more women in this parliament. Perhaps when the Palmer United Party gets together its slate for the next election, there will be a equal balance between men and women on that platform, on their list of candidates. And perhaps a future Palmer government could aspire to equal representation of men and women. But can I say to the honourable member that there are now more women than before in our coalition cabinet, and that is we now have 5 women in the cabinet. I can understand the honourable member's desire that there should be more, and I welcome that intent, and I can assure the honourable member that, speaking for the Liberal Party and the National Party, we are committed to seeing more women in Parliament, in the House and the Senate, and as a consequence in the ministry. We share that objective, but as the honourable member knows, these changes cannot happen instantaneously. The Canadian Prime Minister, of course, was able to come into the Parliament with a very large new delegation of new members, a gigantic swing, and a very large delegation in his party room of women from which to draw his ministry.
The member for Solomon.